I made this princess puppy cake topper. I made it for my daughter's 6th birthday cake. There's a link at the end of this video if you want to see the finished result and how the cake turned out. I've put it in a separate video so you can learn how I made the cake as well. But for now, if you want to make your very own princess puppy, just like this one, then keep watching.
So we're going to start out by making her face. So mould your fondant and flatten it so that you can put one of these little polystyrene balls inside. These are great if you've got a top heavy figurine that you're making. It just gives it a lot of support. I always use these balls if it's going to be a figure with a big head. Then you're going to mould the face and shape the cheeks with using your fingers. I don't know why this fondant looks so shiny here. It must just be the lighting, I've no idea, but it looks really weird to me. Anyhow, just shape the face using your fingers and create a little smile line. Next you're going to use some darker pink, roll it into an oval shape and use a cake tool to create indentations to give it a more puppy-like shaped nose. Create some eye sockets and place some white fondant inside. And now I'm going to outline the outside of the eyes using black edible paint. And create the inner part of the eyes using pink fondant and black fondant. Now this is just creating a little bit of eyeshadow. Use some darker pink luster dust and paint your eyelashes on. Use that same fondant that you used for the nose to create some eyebrows. And give her some nice rosy cheeks using some pink luster dust. And you can add some glitter to her cheeks as well. I done this later on. Now we're going to do the legs. So roll out some sausage shaped pieces of fondant to create her legs and make them more narrow at the top, and just use the outside of your hand to create an ankle type shape and use your cake tool as well. And you can see in the background this is just a dummy cake that I'm going to place her onto, and I have a tutorial as well as to how I made this rainbow effect onto the cake dummy, so check that out as well. And don't forget when you're making your toes that trolls only have 4 toes. Insert a barbecue skewer and measure it so that it comes about ½ an inch above her leg and about 1 inch into the cake. And just repeat the same thing for her right leg as well. Going to create the neck and the upper body. Again, using your fingers just to mold it and shape it. And the trolls have quite a thick neck and they don't really have shoulders. So I have a picture beside me whenever I'm creating these just to give them a more realistic shape as to what I'm looking for. So it's quite handy if you do that as well. Roll out some blue fondant for a dress. Just measure it for size before you cut it into shape. So once you're happy with that, use some edible glue and stick that on. And don't worry about the top part of the straps, we're going to cover that in a minute. Now we're going to roll out some fondant to create arms. Her legs are really thick and her arms are really skinny, so just make sure you remember that, and also remember 1 thumb and 3 fingers for the trolls. And use a cocktail stick to support the arm. Just make sure it's going to fit and stick that on. And do the same for the other arm as well. And this is where we're going to create a strap for the dress. So more blue fondant. Measure it for size, and once you're happy with the size, then stick it on. Now we're going to use a lighter shade of blue to make a trim for our dress and to make flowers for our dress. So just set your flowers to the side to give them a minute to dry, and then cut out a thin strip and use this for the trim for around the bottom of our dress. I don't know about you, but my little girl loves the trolls, and it's kind of good for me too. It's a bit of nostalgia. I remember whenever I was younger I had the older trolls. Not really as fancy as the trolls we have now, but it's such great fun, the trolls coming back again. And let me know if you have a favourite character in the trolls and I might make another one. So we've stuck the flowers on and we've stuck her head on. So we're going to use some large oval shapes here for the ears, and using a cake tool just create an indentation to give it a more ear-like appearance and stick those on. Some thin pieces of the dark pink fondant, the same as the shade that we made for her nose. So we're going to create the hair around Poppy's face. I love doing the hair. You just really see the topper coming together. This is when I start to get excited, when you can see her really coming to life and coming together. So just put a piece around the back of the head to create a hairline, and now just using a large oval shape to create hair. This is the iconic Trolls hairstyle. Use a ball tool to create an indentation just so it'll sit nice and snug on top of her head. And cut out some pieces at the top for that palm tree hairstyle effect. And now create some indentations with your knife to make it more hair-like. Just work with the hair until you've got it where it's going to fit nice and neat on top of her head. There's a few times I had to stretch it out. Some edible glue, and we're going to use another cocktail stick here just for some extra support on top of her head. You can see now why I had to use a polystyrene ball. The head is huge. out some green for her hairband. It's quite handy because this covers up the little crease as well at the top, where you can see where the hairstyle meets the top of the head. So just put your glue along that join and stick the hairband on. And now we're going to use a slightly bigger flower cutter than we used before, than the one we used for our dress, and we're going to create some flowers for our hairband. My little girl loved this cake. If you want to see, I've got a tutorial on the cake as well, and you'll see her reaction to your cake. And there she is, your very own Princess Poppy, ready to go on top of your cake or just for display. And if you want to see the Trolls cake and how it turned out, pop over and watch that video now. And subscribe if you like this tutorial and you want to see more from me. See you next time. Bye!
My daughter's 6th birthday.
Princess Puppy cake toppers. It's a Princess Puppy home. Uppy.
Hey, baby.
Uppy.
Who's that?
Princess Puppy.
Princess Poppy. Who's that for? Who did Mummy make that for? Holly?
Yeah.
Do you think Holly will like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Say, please subscribe.